see what is LWC and Jest, how we can use Jest in our LWC component. Then using Jest only, here we are going to build bug-free components. Okay, here myself Kumaresan, Salesforce developer group leader and 3x certified Salesforce developer, currently working as a software engineer in MST Solution. Here we have an awesome speaker, Samuel Moses. He's also certified Salesforce developer. He have around 3 years of experience in Salesforce product like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and Marketing Cloud. He have a good stuff in LWC components development. So in this session, we will have a Q&A session. Finally, we will share our social media contest winner. So if you have any questions, please reach our speakers. Just learn some new things by today. Then I would like to welcome Samuel to kickstart the session. Hi, Samuel.
Yeah, hi, Kumaresan.
You can get started.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let me share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
Can you all be able to see my screen?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. So today we are going to cover how to build bug-free LWC components with the Jest framework. So with this, I'll be available if you have any questions or doubts with this session. So you can just reach out to me. So I'll be available all the time. So if you have any queries, you just reach out to me. So I'm a Salesforce developer from MST Solutions. And also I'll be reachable with this LinkedIn profiles, or you just reach out to me in case if you have any other queries or if you need any help from my side. So with this, let's get started with what is LWC before we delve into the topic of how we are going to use that Jest framework. So let me give a short introduction about what is LWC. So LWC is it also called Lightning Web Components. It's a new programming model that has been introduced by Salesforce. So previously we just using Aura components. So it has major advantages over conventional programming models. So here are I listed out some of the features and the advantages. So you might came to know about that. So one thing is enhanced productivity, like as compared to existing Aura component framework. So it has major advantages, like so it supports to all the updated ECMAScript libraries and standard features, so that the developers can easily write their code, and it enhances the productivity to build the complex requirements. And it also have since this it follows the ECMAScript 6 plus standards, so it improves the performance as well, since all the codes will be executed on the browser itself, so it doesn't need to rely upon any other Aura framework or any other frameworks that we have. So so that it just boosts up your performance when it comes to complex requirements, and you will see that in the page loading itself. And coming to the compatibility and ease of use, so we have previously we have Aura components, but when compared to LWC, so if you are started, or if you are a beginner with few knowledge about the HTML, JavaScript and CSS, so these are more than enough to get started with the LWC. You can build your own LWC the way you want. And let's see some key advantages that LWC offers. So first thing is security. So that you all may know about Salesforce. So it offers one of the best level security in terms of your data, and your components has been hosted in your community page or anywhere else. And it offers testing. So as compared to previous programming model, so we can use Jest framework to test the LWC component. So that is the key advantages from this LWC. And it also have better browser compatibilities, and we discuss about the performance improvements, and your markups, all the HTML code will be look like very simplified one. And then we before we delve into the see some samples, so let me give you an introduction about the Jest. So Jest is a JavaScript framework. So it is not only used for Salesforce. So it is a open source one. So it is mainly focusing on testing the JavaScript files, and if you just see that it can be compatible with TypeScript, Node, React, and Angular. So it is a compatible and wide range of products. So you can just make use of that. So the key advantage and the key feature here is like, so just tests are running in local only. So we just no need to rely upon any browser, or we don't need to connect it to your Salesforce org even, so that it runs very fast. And with this, we just get to know about what are the requirements that we have before we have to write the just test in your CLI. So the prerequisites is, so you just have to install VS Code in your local in your Windows, and you have to create one project with Salesforce CLI, and it should be connected to your R. And one more thing is like, so we even if it is if you build your project, it is not connected to your Salesforce R, so it is also good. So only thing we have to do is, so you have to run these three commands in your terminal. So first command should be npm init. So it will once if you run the command in your terminal, so it will just create all the necessary files, necessary information, pulls and creates all the necessary informations in your package.json in your project at the top level directory of your project. And if you run the second command, so npm install, it just creates a package.lock.json file. So it will have all the information about your just file and other test information. And the third command is, so you just have to run this command in your terminal. At the end of this at the end of this command, so what will happen is, so it will create all the create all the just related features and in your project, so that you can just run your tests within that. And with this, so how the package.json will look like in your project. So just to see that, so this is a part of that script. So it will have your test your run. So we have a three types of that. So one is a test unit, and second one is just to watch that, and third one is debugging that. So I'll explain more about this in further. And we have three commands to run your tests in your R in your project. So if you have multiple number of projects, so you can run all your tests in your project with the command npm run test unit. So with this, all the test methods that present in your project, so it will all get run. And we have two more things also. So one, you can just watch during the development itself. It will show the results side by side. And third one is debug. So if you want to debug your JavaScript code line by line, yeah, it will be more helpful with this command. And before we start with the writing the test, so we have to get to know with the structure of that file. So here I mentioned one sample. So let's consider the hello component. So LWC indicates the root folder for that all wherein all the LWC components will be reside. So for example, let's consider the hello component. So it will we have to create double underscore tests and double underscores. This should be a folder one. So within that only we are going to write the test file. So it should be annotated with it should have the extension like test.js along with your component name. And here we have a hello.html and js and meta file. If you have you can also include css files as well with this one. And this indicates a text file structure. So so here we see that describe. So wherein the your it indicates your test suite. So within that we are going to write all the test methods and all the dependencies. So here you see that it test, so displays greeting. So here we are going to run query and run all the coding logics will be present over here itself. So this is the basics test file structure. And before we once if we come to testing, so we'll have three things in your mind. One thing is what we have to test and the test behavior, and third one is how we are going to ensure our testing. So these are the major things. So we'll see one by one in the upcoming slides. So first thing is given. So what is given and what in what way we are going to test that component that we build. So one thing is we have to use the user level inputs. So we have to create some constants in your test file. So you just create the actual user input like strings, and you just pass it to your component, and by passing the values to your command, so it will show it will create that particular component. For example, here you see that the contact title, so it will just create that component, and it uses that constant value or the user input to ensure and run while running your test script. And second one is test behavior. So we when it comes to LWC, we have three types. One is like user DOM level, and second one is logical level. So when it comes to DOM inspection, like, so we have many types of rendering. For example, if we consider like banking application, so if you are a senior citizen, so at that time we will be showing one more section in your form. So if you are not a senior citizen, so it will not it will be a regular form for you to fill. And second one is user may click on the buttons and some text and the error messages that will appear on the screen. So we have to consider all these in your mind before writing the test class. So here we see three screenshot with one is like we user clicks on some buttons, and second one is like user based on the user interaction, so we are firing some event and testing those scenarios as well. And third one is based on the object level inputs and object level information, so we are going to test your component. So if you are completed your testing, and we will be having the question in your mind whether I have tested in we have covered the positive scenarios or negative scenarios, or with this test class it is sufficient to push my information to production. So we have to make sure with the asset statements. So we have it is also called matchers. So here we have for example, we have the expectation on the left side and the actual input on the actual input in the left side, and the expectation on the right side. So here similar way we have how many times your method has been called, and how many and you can also verify your whether it is showing a expected exception message or validation message on the screen. So you just validate with this. And we have as explained, like we have to consider two things. One is a DOM inspection, and second one is logical test. So when it comes to DOM inspection, so we will be considering all the rendering logics and user based events. And one more thing is like we just no need to worry about test coverages. And if you build complex LWC components, so at that time you just no need to worry about your code coverage as well. So here we don't have a code coverage. You just need to verify, all you need to verify is so whether your testing logic covers all the rendering logics and events and all the business logic that you wrote on your JavaScript side. So these are the things we have to keep in mind. And with this we get to know how we have to name the component. So that is more important, right? So if one developer write the test file for the component, and one more person came in, and it will be harder if it is not readable, and if you are not if you are not providing commands as well in your code. So first we just see here first top level describe indicates that the shoot name, and wherein you just need to mention the which component you are testing. And second describe indicates that which scenario we are going to make, or which part we are going to test within that LWC, entire LWC component. So these are the things. And as we saw earlier, so in the 8 method, so we just are going to insert, we'll be having all the testing logics and codes over here. And so when it comes to testing data, so we have to use more realistic data and user level input. It may be a user level input, or it may be a constants, and it may be a object information that we are pulling from server side. So we have to keep in mind of all these things before you write your test component. So among these three, so when it comes to JSON, when it comes to the object level files, object level testing, so at that time you just need to create one more folder called data under double underscore tests underscore folder. So within that you have to create JSON sample JSON files, so you can use it in your testing. And so with this, we have to see how the testing is going to perform. So if you are a tester, you so if we consider, like, we have a three set of things. One is black box testing, another one is white box testing, and gray box testing. So the difference between all of these three is, so if you are working with a black box testing, so we no need to have knowledge. If you are not familiar with the LWC component, you may be not having that much knowledge on what are the events and what are the rendering logics with that LWC component. So at that time also you can able to write the just. So it is it all about you are covering the scenarios and all the events in your in your LWC component itself. So and one more thing is, there is no logic of no need to reach the 100% core coverage. So as we have the test coverages and all of the restrictions with the Apex classes, right? So this will be the cool feature. So you just jump in and write your own test classes. So with this, we'll jump into the demo. So with the topics that we covered, if you have any questions, you just ask now. So if we don't have any questions, I'll jump into the demo session. Okay, so let me share my desktop. Okay. So today we're going to cover three sample test files that we used just a framework. So first thing is you could once if you install your VS Code, so you just need to install Salesforce CLI in your VS Code. So with that you can create your project with with your panel. So you can create your project from here. So sfdx create project. I see some commands. Okay. Okay. So here you have to run once if you open the terminal. So you have to open one terminal and the Doppler directory. So as we see in the slides, so you just need to come run all these all those three commands. So npm init and npm install and npm salesforce saved. So all these three information, all these three commands will create up the files. So this is the package.json file. So you could see once if you run the npm install in this. So I already run the command so that you could see this package.json file. So here you can see all these three scripts has been added to this. And by running the third command, so it will create package.log.json file. So it will look like that. So we no need to worry about this. So anyways, all these process will be happening in the background, so you just no need to worry. So you just sit back and wait till the command ends. And let's have a look at one component called hello component. This is a simple greetings component. So let me show this component in the UI. So this is a sample gallery app from Salesforce. So I just installed the LWC recipes component. So let's see the hello component. So this is the simple component. It displays the greeting on the screen. So we are going to write the test class for test JavaScript test using the using just framework for this LWC component. So yeah, this is a HTML and JavaScript file, and this is a meta file. So under this, you just notice that under the components name, so you just need to create double underscore test double underscore folder. So within that, your test class will be your test file should be there. So let me explain what is happening with this HTML component. So here we have a simple lightning card, and within that we just added one dynamic greeting. So here we just binded the word as a string and just passed to this HTML. So we are here, we have to test the same.
Hey
We have
Sam,
to,
Lavanya here.
yeah,
Hey,
yes.
sorry for the interruption. So one of the participants want you to go slow.
Okay.
So I just want to convey. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Okay, so so let's take this example. So here you could see that we have a component with a simple div element. So within that we have a hello greeting. So here we have a binding variable. So the value will be coming from this JavaScript file. So this is the basic LWC component with the import with LWC, and you here you have to write all the logics in the within the within this. So here let's,
I have one small question here.
okay,
Can you go to this JS file?
okay,
Like, suppose in the form I have multiple values which would be inputted by the user. So how would I be creating an instance and binding it to the HTML?
yeah, yes, correct, yeah, you can obviously you can do that. So
No,
here
how? Yeah,
yeah, we
like
have
suppose there's a registration page, assume,
yeah, you can
and
see. So here we have one more component, right? So hello binding. So here you if you change values, so it will appear over there.
okay, so here we have to use on change event.
Yeah, yes, correct. So I just taken a simple example for the better understanding. So just to give an idea about how the test class of test file should look like. So we'll see more with the upcoming samples. So let me explain you. So here we have the sample hello component. So we have to mention the component name. So it is a user friendly message. So whatever you want, you just give over here. So initially we have this script to clear out all the components that has been already available on the DOM. So since it will run everything on the virtual, so it all runs on the shadow DOM only. So once if we run with this command, so here you see that the create element method will be there. So within that we have to pass which LWC component we are going to test. So it will be c hyphen your component name. And here you just see that the document dot body dot just append side. What it will do is just connect this the created component to the DOM. So so with that, so let me give you what is shadow DOM. So shadow DOM is an encapsulation with that standard DOM. So it will what it will do is, so it just encapsulates the entire component so that you cannot use your standard query elements. So that we have to use the shadow root to query all your elements from this template. So this is a thing that we have to keep in mind that. So all we are playing with just a shadow root. And once if you just query that component and text content. So what are the text content that is present in your div element? So you just verify that what is the test content that is. So obviously we since we built that component, we know that how the output will look like hello and world from the backend from this binding variable. So with this component, so we have to just match using the matcher and assert the results, like what's the text content, the actual input, actual output on the left side, and the expected on the right side. So with this, we just built the test file for this LWC component. So you could see the three icons on the top. So these three indicates that. So first one is the debug mode. If you wanted to run this, if you want to debug the component line by line, so you just use that one. And this button indicates that, so it will just run this file alone during the testing. And third one is it will it during the development, it's during the development stage, during the writing your test file itself, if you want to see the changes, so you just click on that eye icon, so that you can debug in that way also. So with now, so let me click on run test. And once if you click on that button, so it will start running your test files. You could see in your terminal. Let us wait for some. Yeah, you see that this method has been passed with it met our expectation. So to give you an idea, like if you it so let me change the greetings message from to test your test negative scenario and how the test class fails. So let me add instead of world, I'm just adding Trailblazer over there. Save. So if I'm going to run the same file, so obviously it will this matcher will not meet for that time, so it will this method will be failed. So you also notice that there is no code coverage. You need to you no need to worry about that. So let me run this file with the in the negative scenario. So at that time it will indicate that your method will be your method failed. Yeah, obviously throw the failure message along with your failed method, the highlighted one. So since the expected is hello world, but the received thing is Trailblazer. Since we changed this one, so ideally we have to, if this happens, so we have to write the test class in that way, like Trailblazer over there. If we save and run the same test file, so it will get passed. Yeah, you could see that this test method is passed. So with this, let see one complex requirement component with this. So here we have a hello for each component. So let me show that on the component. So this is the LWC recipes. So here we also have the hello for each component. So here in how the data is pulled in, like with three records, you could see that Emmy Taylor, Mitchell Jones, and Jennifer Wu. So let me jump to a VS Code. So this is the component. So you could see that the data is coming from this data is built on the JavaScript side. So here the sample data is built on, and all this data has been iterated or within that within this UL element. So you see that at the end of this element, so you based on the record count, so it will create all these records in the LI element. So with this, we just jump into the hello for each test file. So you just see that the imported imports at the top. So one is a default import for a create element, And the second one is the component which you are going to test should be written over here with this hello for it's a user friendly message. So you just mention whatever you want and just the component name. And with this describe, so we just clear out all the DOM elements before we start with the testing. And you just see that the within that if, so we'll be mentioning the scenario that we are testing. So with this might be the user expectation. So we have to build the same similar like the actual output. So we have to build one constant like that. So you can use this same constant while you are setting your test file. And with the create element method, so you just pass the component name. It will create that component and it happens it just add to your DOM element. And with the shadow root, so you'll be querying that li element. So since we are iterating over the li element, right, so we see on this HTML file, you just see that all the contact name and contact title based on the number of contacts, all this will be iterated within this. So that at the end of, since we have three three objects, so we'll be having three records. Obviously we'll be having three records. One is Amy Taylor and Mitchell Jones and Jennifer Wu. So at the end of at the end of this file, running this LWC component, so we'll be having three records over there. So we are just going to query the li elements, how many li elements are there, and the data present in within the all three li elements will be set over here. So we just query all the li elements, and we are just we are just asserting all the expected values with the already built the sample test constant with that. So with this we came to know that it is working as expected. So you with the actual and the expected output. So let me run this file as well. Okay, this method has been getting passed. So the thing that you noticed here is like we have to query the element that we want, and at the end of the test, so we have to ensure the display values and the asserted values are correct. So we see the same component over here, like, so it will be asserted by record basis. And with this, let's see one complex thing. So here we have a Apex wire method with params. So here we listed out all the contact records here. So if we just type in, so for example, Amy, so it will display Amy Taylor alone. So we are going to just see how many ways we can test this component and how the test file look like. So let me show that. This is the component itself. So you just see the markup, and we within that lightning card, so we have one input field as a searchable input field. So based on that search key, so we are pulling all the data using sales using the wire property. So with this wire property, we are just hitting the controller on the server side, pulling all the data and binding it to the context variable. So with that contact variable, so we are just iterating all the information, relevant informations with all the data and contact ID and name. So it will list out all the contacts that matching your search key. So if any errors appears over there, so it will just display all the errors using the one more component called error panel. So it will just pull parse the error and display it over on the screen. So let me open with this. Let me open the test file. So since we are playing with the data from server, so we have to keep in mind by using JSON file. So within that double underscore test, so we have to create one more folder called data So with that, you have to create all the actual data that will be getting from server side. So you can here they are we are using only one object record. So you can include multiple records as well, as per your need. So one more JSON file we created with the empty record. So we have to test in both the scenarios, right? So with the with all the records and with no records and the exception scenarios. So with this, so let me show you how they are written the test. So here you can see the test method, how many tests are available here. So you can see the tests, user input, how we get the user the input from the search field. So how are we getting that user input? And second one is rendering logics with with one record, and one more thing is rendering items with no records available. So for to test all these scenarios, we have JSON files with one record and JSON file with no records and exception scenario. So you just need to verify that the error panel is throwing your error or not. So these three things we have to verify with this component. So let me explain one by one. Here you see that the required method has been used to pull the data from this pull all the JSON data into your mark find records variable. So you can keep that as a constant variable, since we are not going to touch that. We are just going to pass the value into that particular method and asset the values, expected values. And since we get the record from server side, so we have to register that apex wire method adapter as well along with that. So within that, we have to use the controller side method name. So how it will be similar like the data you are getting from your server side, but still we are using your local value, local JSON object file information. So with that, we have they have used the timer, since we are using the playing with the searching, so that to avoid multiple inputs. So they just use the timers as well. This will be the fake timers. And in the for each, so as usual, we'll be clearing out the DOM to create the testing environment. So here you see that the user input, so this will be the Amy. So they just for example, the user entered Amy. So I just entered I'll show you one. So here I have entered Amy. So it will pull in the data, only one data, with this relevant to this the user search key. So the same thing we are going to test here as well. If the user enters that Amy, so at that time what will happen is, so we are just creating the component and the querying the same lightning input element, and you passing that passing the constant input value to over here, and dispatching that event. So with this, so we'll be here you see that we are asserting the expected value from this expect, and so the value that are coming from this find contacts adapter. So you see this this adapter over here. So from this adapter, so we are passing the value, right? So based on that, you have to just verify the search key and how the in past input is matched to that that particular method. So we are just verifying the server side method, like we are getting the right parameter as we are just mentioned in your search key. So this is the first one. And second one is we are rendering based on the one record. Similarly, we just use the same search key here, Amy, and we are creating the we are just creating that element, the component within that, and we are querying that lightning input element and just pass the value to that, so that we can fire that change event. With that, the server side method will be called and your data will be written. But in this case, so we are just using this emit method. So we are passing passing the defined data. So we already built JSON file, JSON, right? So we covered the calling the server side method, and we just emitted. Anyways, we are running in this method in local, so we are just emitting the data from JSON. So based on that detail, so we can verify all these things with the matches to assert your values. We are just querying the p elements with that, and the how many records has been processed can be used with the it may be users in users perspective only, so we can add many more sets as well based on our need. So this second one. And third one is, so if we build one more JSON file, right, without any information, so at that this scenario also we have to cover the same way. We just emit the data. We call the server side method and emit the data with the no records. So at that time we are just verify, like, so the length should be matched with the mark find records length. So this will be the actual and this will be the expected one. And the last one is when you get the records, when you get the details from server side, so at the time there is a possibility of getting the exception or error message. So at that time, we also have to verify the exception is thrown correctly. If any database errors occurs, so it will show on the top of the screen. So we have to validate and verify that scenario as well. So we similar like the above method. So we are just creating that component element component and create that component, and with that find contacts adapter. So we are just adding and calling the error method. So at this time, so it will throw some errors, and based on the once if the component getting error, so we just see in the HTML, right, we had a separate component to parse the error. So how many errors we get, so it will just parse and display over there. So in the test class, similar way, we are going to just get that error panel value and the text within that, and it should not be null in this case. So since we are getting the error, so obviously it should show the error message on top. So these are the three scenarios that we have to consider when we are working with the input, the search input component. So for example, if I enter Caroline, so it pulls all the relevant records from server side. But in case of just test, so we'll be building that building the object records as a separate file, and we just make use of that within your test file. So this is the major difference. So let me run this test to see how the methods are passed. Test suites, you see that all the there's only one test suite. Here you see that, so this is called test suite, top level describe, and within that we'll be having multiple describes and it methods. So with all of the it methods will be taken into count, and it shows all 4 methods has been passed. So with this we come to the end of this demo.